Guys, good afternoon. So I want to continue yesterday's part. Yeah, I think from here. She is my older sister. And I said, if we are talking about position by birth in the family, we always use elder, not older. Older is about age. So the error lies here. Elder sister. He has written 3 novels, of which the latter is the most popular. Here, you need to understand this. These are standard phrases kind of thing. You need to remember. The former, look at the spelling, the latter. The former means first one, the latter means second one. Okay, so when I want to use the former and latter, the reference should be only two. For example, Raj and Ravi are friends. Then I say the former is a doctor, the latter is an actor. That's it. It means when I have only two references, I can use the former and the latter. But if I have three references, then I cannot use this one. Okay, so here, look at this. Here you have three. So you can say the last or the latest, whatever, but definitely not the latter. Every of the two friends is to blame. Now you need to understand the difference between each versus every. Look at this, guys. When I refer two persons, I can use each. Okay. When I refer more than two, I can use every and also each. But when it comes to two, it is always each. Look at this. Here, two friends is each of the two friends. Now look at this. There are like 10 members in the class. I say each student has got this book. Okay, more than two. Ra is superior. No, this is a wrong preposition. Here, two. Now, an intelligent or respected in society. I don't know whether you remember this or not. Suppose I ask you, what is the noun form of rich? Then you would say richness. And I also suggest that this can also be noun. Simply adding the before adjective. The plus adjective is equal to noun. Okay. It means people who have that quality. Now look at this. An intelligent or respected in society. And this is actually adjective. But if you really want to make this adjective as subject, this is the thing. The intelligent are, the rich are, the poor are, something like that. The wise are. Yeah, that's a correction. Next. She is more wiser than kind. Is there anyone who would like to answer this? She is more wiser than kind. What is the problem with this? Anyone is trying? We were talking about this yesterday. Okay. Whenever I compare two qualities, more plus positive degree, but this fellow used more and again wiser. No, actually, she has two qualities, this wise and kind, wisdom and kindness, that's what we say. So I am comparing these two qualities of one person, then I don't use are. See, automatically. She is more wise than kind. She is more wise than kind. Okay. Then, no less than 20 passengers were hurt in the accident. If you remember, whenever I refer to countable nouns, I cannot use less. Less is quantity. So here, no fewer because this is than compared to. That's the reason I used fewer. Okay. Okay, little. This one. Wait a minute. This one. Let me underline. I'll come back to this. He wanted nothing else than leave for going home. Here there is one thing you have to remember. This is a combined combination. Always nothing. Whenever you want to use nothing else, the combination of that is not that, but nothing else but. Nothing else but. He wanted nothing else but leave for going home. He is nothing else but my friend. Something like that. Remember this combination. Look at the 24th one. Health is more better than wealth. Health is more better than wealth. Unnecessary comparison. Double back. Health is better than wealth. He is the most strongest of all the wrestlers. Double superlative. Double superlative. There is no need of most. This is the best of the two. No. Better of the two. Now, here I want to tell you one point, guys. Here, he is better than his friend. I am not using the before comparative form. He is better than his friend. But I can use the before this comparative form like this. He is the better of the two. Look at this, guys. Better than, the better of. Look at the combination. If you have of, generally of the two, only particularly, especially, if I mention this TWO, you have to use the before better. Otherwise, if I have that, no, the. Of the. No, the, because I have that. That's it. This is the better of the whole lot. Superlative. I cannot say better, whole lot. Only if I have only two here, maybe I can accept this. But this is whole lot means obviously more than two. So here, this is the best. He is taller to his brother. He is taller to his brother. No, wrong preposition. He is taller than his brother. Death is more preferable than dishonor. Two mistakes. Death is preferable than dishonor? No, it is preferable to dishonor. Preferable to. He was the strongest and able administrator. Whenever I use and, I'll make sure whatever I have left side, right side also same grammatical pattern. The strongest superlative. The up to the is it's okay. Implied. Yes, it has to be ablest. Able, abler, ablest. Yes, accepted. Okay. And oh, this one also is. Please pay attention to this. These are frequently tested by examiners and frequently confusing. What are these? You look at this one. Less, lesser, okay, and least. Hmm. Look at this. You leave this one, put it in a bracket. This one. First, look at this. Less versus lesser. Whenever I want to use less, okay, I have lesser than. That's a combination. Sorry, less than. After lesser, we don't use than. In fact, lesser plus noun. Lesser plus noun. Okay. Now look at this. Of the two evils, choose the, look at this, lesser one. Choose the lesser one. That is what. Lesser is always used before something like this now. Okay. If it is less, it has to be than. Never use than after lesser. And least. Least means maybe you can say more than two. Okay. Or least expected. Okay. If it is more than two, you need to use. Then gold is more precious than any metal. Gold is more precious, more, yes, this is okay, more precious than any metal or any other metal. If you don't mention other, this any metal could be gold. Okay. These are all from computer exams. This is the way. Now, another frequently tested and confusing part is this. When there is a comparison, the comparison should be between equal ideas and also grammatical pattern. Now see here, always remember this prepositional group is always extra. Look at this. Read the sentence without this preposition part, without this bracket. The wealth is greater than England. I am comparing wealth and England. How can I compare this? Okay, no. So here is a of America, obviously, you know, of England. What is that? Okay, the wealth of. Look at this. Now I read bracket. The wealth of America is greater than the wealth of England. Okay. Or here, instead of the wealth, I can also put that of. Already of is there. Okay. Either I use the wealth or that. Instead of repeating the wealth, I can say that. Generally, we use this. The wealth of America is greater than that of England. Would be better. Ah, next. And some words can be different parts of speech. Yes, enough can be adjective, and enough can be adverb. Enough can be adjective, enough can be adverb. What does it mean? Now look at this. When you are using enough as an adjective, this is always plus enough plus noun. Okay. If you want to use enough as an adverb, it is always like this. Adjective plus enough. Now, blindly remember, enough plus noun, adjective plus enough. Now look at this. Rich enough, because rich is adjective. Intelligent enough, bad enough. Okay. Whereas enough plus noun, enough money, enough ideas. Now look at this one. And strong is an adjective, so I cannot put enough here. He is strong enough. He is strong enough. Okay. Okay. Look at the next one. You need to actually understand, guys, difference between as versus like. Both are sometimes used in a comparing something. If I want to compare, sometimes I use as, sometimes I use like. Okay, so I'll try to make it simple. Whenever there is a comparison between actions, I have to use verb. I mean, as. I'll give a blind rule. Whenever you want to use as a comparative form, there should be plus s plus b after as, and after like there should be noun or pronoun. Noun or pronoun. Now look at this. The 38th one. This girl behaves like her like I have one subject and one verb. Then I cannot use like. This girl behaves as her father does because I have to use. If you want to use like, then don't use does. This girl behaves like a father. If you want to use SV, use as. Now look at this. Do like I say. Do like I say. Do as I say is the correct form because I have subject and verb. Don't use like here. Do as I say. Now look at this. He is an architect as his father, or like his father. There is only this noun group, but there is no verb. That's the reason I use like. He is an architect like his father. Okay? This is one area. Simple thing is you have to remember this. It's not a big thing. As I said, if you can make out that this is noun, this is pronoun, this is that, it's simple. You can use. Now look at the 39th one. This is called, guys, parallel comparison. Parallel comparison. See here, the higher you go, cooler it becomes. Whenever you say the higher you go, the cooler. Another article. The stronger you become, the better your job will be. The more you study, the more you gain. See that I have used the kind of parallel comparison. Look at before going to this, look at this sentence. He is as good as good my friend. What is the correction here? What is that you can fit in the blank? Can anybody answer me? He is as good dash my friend. He is as good dash my friend. You know, equality. This equality happens like this. If you don't put the second as, it is incomplete. It is as good as my friend. Okay, fine. Look at this. This project is as simple, if not simpler than the previous one. If you expand this sentence, this project is as simple than the previous one. As simple than? No. If I put as here, this project is as simple as the previous one. If not simpler than should go with simpler, and as simple as. So correction is here. Austria is the flatter and drier of all the continents. Okay, whenever I have the flatter and the drier of all, look at this. It cannot be comparative form, right? Because all the continents. So it should be and the driest. Yeah. He likes cake too much as cookies. The combination is as much as. Rich are not always cruel. Rich are not always cruel. Rich is actually adjective used in a subject position. No, it should be the rich are not always cruel. Okay. He is more wise than rich. Guys, I want you guys to answer this 44th one. Let me see. Wait. Mhm. You guys want to take a chance. This is correct. Two qualities of this person are compared. So I have to use more plus positive degree of this. So more wise than rich is correct. The hunter fired his gun when the heavy of the two bears. The heavy of the two bears. No, heavier of the two bears. Not as many ice skaters take part in the games they used to. As many ice skaters take part in the games. One more as. My father knows much of the engineers working in the BHL. See this, guys. You need to know the difference in much versus many. Much versus many. Much, quantity, many, number. When I'm referring quantity, I use much. You know, number, many. So my father knows many, many of the engineers because refers to countable. Tell me the last news. You need to know the difference. You have no more. When I say last news, means after that you don't hear any news. That is the meaning of this. So last refers to position. Yeah, some technical problem is. Latest is time and least further least price. Okay. Yeah, I'll come to know the difference between much, many versus a lot of. A lot of is always used with a positive idea. If you cannot use with a negative one, look at this. I haven't got a lot of money. I cannot, it's a negative one. So I cannot use a lot of money. I haven't, or I have not, I haven't got much money. If it is a positive, you use a lot of, or lot of money. Okay. Now I also left one about this. I'll check this one. See this, first you need to understand difference between few versus little. Few is number, little is quantity. Few refers to number and little refers to quantity. Okay, but there is also a few. If I add this article before this, there is a slight difference. Of course, number and versus a little. Okay. Also, difference between the few versus the little. the confusing part is this examiner's favorite area. Now, check this. If you don't understand, you ask me. Pay attention. Look at this. He has dash money with him, so he can buy it. Look at this. He has dash money, so he can't buy it. Suppose if I ask you to fill these blanks with few or little. Now, how do I check? First, I'll find out should it take few or little. Money is uncountable, right? Money is uncountable, so it takes little. But my confusion again is among this little or a little or the little. That is what my confusion here. Then please understand a few, a little is used for a positive. Suppose, guys, I say that I give you 100 rupees, you know. So, two persons, I give 100 rupees each. Maybe first person feels 100 rupees is a good money, and maybe second person feels 100 rupees is not a very good money. So it all depends on your opinion about that, feeling about that 100 rupees. 100 rupees value won't change, but your feeling about that value changes. So when you want to express this positive, a person who feels 100 rupees is a good money, then he says, I have a little money, because he's expressing his positive idea. Suppose a person who thinks that 100 rupees is not a good money, then he says, I have little money without any article, negative one. So if it is your expression, you use this positive, negative by adding article or by not adding. But if this is somebody else's sentence and he wants to see whether you are going to use this. So I'll get the clue from the sentence. He has dash money with him, so he can buy it. So obviously this fellow is happy about the money, whatever money he has. Then I say he has a little money, because this is the clue, he can buy. Here he can't buy it. It means he is expressing his negative idea. So I say he has little money. Okay, now look at this. I'll give one more. Dash patience dash patience could have could have helped helped him. I am asking to fill the blank with little or a little, few or a few, or whatever. So patience, uncountable. So again, it takes little. I mean, little. With article or without article, I'll find out. Dash patience could have helped him. It means positive patience could have helped him. The moment I know it is giving a positive, then I say, oh, little patience could have helped him. Okay. Now, look at one more angle. Dash money I had was spent on books. Money I had was spent on books. Am I talking about a positive money or negative money? I am not giving any. I know I'm happy because I spend money on books. I'm unhappy that I spend money on nothing. I'm giving you here. Simply giving a fact. Here it's not about opinion. Whereas little and a little is refer to the opinion of the speaker. This is a fact. Then I would say the little. That is the difference between usage of this. Now look at this. A little money I had was spent on movies. No, here the little money. Like that we left yeah to do much more for was done by him to help us, but we wanted him to do much more for us. Okay, okay. This is what uh, modifiers and some comparative form. Now, guys, I'll take you to adverbs. Okay, now one rule I'll give. Look at these words, guys. These are all special adverbs. Scarcely. Rather, I would put it's not instead of special, these are all negative adverbs. It gives a negative idea. Okay, all. For example, scarcely. Hmm? And nowhere. Little. Hmm? In no case. Okay, look at it. Scarcely has a combination. When. Hardly has again a combination. When. No sooner has a combination. THA and than. Okay. So whenever you see a sentence beginning with, okay, there is one more. Never is another thing. Okay. Look at his sentence. I'll tell you the rule. Never I have gone to this place. Never I have gone to this place. Never I have gone to this place. Look at this. I'll give one more sentence. I have never gone to this place. Never I have gone to this place. I have never gone to this place. Yes, please pay attention. Both are correct. I'm sorry. Look at this. I want to actually correct this one, first one. Here, sentence started with the negative adverb. So, my correction is this. This. Have I? Please pay attention. It's not a question. The rule is if you start a sentence with negative adverb, after that your subject verb should be verb subject. But if you want to use somewhere in between, S and V. So this is correct. This is wrong. Okay. I have already corrected it. Okay. So have I, not I have. Now look at this. Little he knows about it. Little he knows about it. Little is also here adverb started this. So after that I have S and V. That is wrong. Then I'll make it little. I want a question form. Little does he know about. This is one kind of structure. Same with this also. Now, these are the questions I picked up from different exams. Now look at this. He could neither clearly identify the man who attacked him, nor he could name the weapon with which he was attacked. Nor is also negative, nor could he. That's a correction. It's not a question, it's a full stop only, but structure is this. Hardly had he been released from jail than he was implicated in another case. Now, hardly, okay, after that I have one question form. Yes, this is correct. But what's the combination? Combination you use then? No, it should be when. Neither he does come regularly to the office, nor does he work. Neither nor. Very good. Combination is correct. But neither, again, negative. So does he come? Neither does he come, nor does he work. Okay. No sooner he had taken the charge than the opposition started their protest. No sooner combination is than. It is there. But after no sooner again, I want the question form. Had he taken? Never I have received this kind of SMS. You can say never have I or I have never. So let us make this as a question form. Never have I. Scarcely had the people retired than the earthquake shook the whole area. Combination problem when. Okay. Scarcely had the people, oh, sorry. Never in my life I have heard such nonsense. Never in my life have I heard. Have I heard? Because never. No sooner I saw the tiger, I ran away. No sooner I saw the tiger than I ran away. Little does he know about it, because little is a another thing. He is rather clever. Okay, he is fairly stupid. Now look at this. I'll tell you here. Confusion. Rather versus fairly. You need to know the usage. Both means to some extent. Okay, to some extent. That is the meaning of this. Guys, rather is generally used with negative ideas. Fairly is generally used with positive ideas. For example, look at this. He is clever. It means just I'm giving somebody's quality. He is very clever. Like degrees gone up. Okay. But when I say he is little bit like, now let me give you this. How do you rank this? Clever, very clever. This fairly clever comes here. I won't say he's very, but okay. That is the meaning of that. Okay. My point is, because clever is positive quality, you have to use fairly, not rather. So here, reverse. Fairly clever, fairly rich, fairly intelligent, something like that. Stupid is a negative one. So here it is rather stupid. Sometimes rather is also used preference. I can ask you, would you like to come out? Suppose somebody asks you, would you like to come out tomorrow? Then you would say, no, I would rather stay home. It means I prefer to stay home. What is the meaning of that? Okay, I rather. Remember this, guys. After except, it is always objective case because it's a preposition. He seldom or ever arrives in time. Ever is a question form, never is a answer form. Have you ever visited this place? Then you say, no, I have never. Now, this is a statement. So, in this statement, you cannot use ever, but you can use never. Take heed lest you may not fail, you may not fall. Remember, this is a very old English. Lest combination is should. No more we use in a modern English, but sometimes examiner tests in this area. Lest should always go with should. You should fall. Though he worked very hardly. No, hardly. I told you, hardly is a negative. Hard. He failed. He works hardly. Either you say he hardly works or he works hard. He works hard. No sooner did I open the door when the rain, heavy and stormy, rushed in, making us shiver from head to toe. No sooner. Be smart, not only in dress, not only. Hardly had I reached the airport. Where? No. When? No sooner did the sun rise. Is it when or than? No sooner than. These are all examinations. Hardly had the children left the school. When? Though she was sick, but she went to work. Guys, understand? Though she was sick, but she went to work. This is a structural problem. Is it a simple compound or complex? That is the confusion. When I say though she was sick, and immediately I need one primary. When I have but, left side I need to primary, have a right side. So either you remove this, she was sick, but she went to work, or let that though be there, then or you remove this one. Then it is okay. As he is rich, so he spends lavishly. I don't need so. Hardly arrived. Hardly when. Fine, nor, not or, nor. Even though the shirt is rather expensive, but I wish to purchase it with my own money. Even though, then I don't need but here. Even though, right. Though she was sick, I don't need but. We have done it. Okay. So these are the problems with adverbs and adjectives. Okay. Guys, let me just give you what is that we have completed and what is that we still have to complete grammatically. Subject plus verb we have not completed. tenses and voice and speech. Completed these three. Then we talked about balanced. Okay, we talked about modifiers. Okay, we talked about comparison. Then, yes, we have articles, prepositions. Okay, left. And this one is there, this one is there. Any error, if you see, it has to fall into one of these. Or finally, we have some confusing words. Okay, then we will see this subject verb agreement problem. What is this subject verb agreement problems? Obviously, you know that the whole English is centered around this subject and verb pattern. Without this, there is no English sentence. Okay. So, as I said, most of the others are related to this. Verb should agree with the time. Verb should agree with the another verb if you have. Okay. And the verb should agree with the subject. Now, what is this agreement? Agreement means member and person. Look at this. Before we see, if subject is singular in number, verb should also be singular. Okay. If this is plural, this should be plural. That is the basic rule behind anything. But the confusion is sometimes, guys, you misunderstand some other thing as a subject. There comes the problem. Okay. We will see. First, we'll see what can be there in subject. You can expect to see a noun in a subject. You can expect to see a pronoun in a subject. Okay, or noun phrase you can expect to see, or gerund or gerundial phrase. You can expect to see this in a subject. You can expect to see infinitive or infinitive phrase as a subject, or you can expect to see the plus adjective as a subject. I'll give you examples for this. You can expect to see a noun clause in a subject position. Okay, that's it. Grammatically, this is what you expect to see here. You find out examples here. Raj comes here. I have Raj, noun, in the subject position. He comes here. He is a pronoun. I can have pronoun. Noun phrase, group of words used as nouns. All my ideas are presented. Okay. All my ideas, the noun phrase. And I can expect to see only one gerund. Okay. Smoking is bad. What is it? I have a subject. One gerund, ing form of the verb. And I can use gerundal phrase like this. Smoking cigarettes is bad. Gerundal phrase, infinitive. To forgive, to forgive is divine. To forgive is divine. What is divine? To forgive, infinitive. And what about infinitive phrase? Infinitive phrase can be like this. To forgive enemies is divine. This is infinitive. This is infinitive phrase. What about the plus adjective? We have done this. What? The rich are hardworking. The rich are hardworking. Okay. Then one noun class can be there as a subject. Is the noun class? Who comes here is a puzzle. What is a puzzle? Who comes here? So this is noun class. Fine. So here you guys have to learn which one takes singular verb, which one takes plural verb. This is what the learning part here. Okay, rule number 1. Let's see here. Uncountable nouns. Gerund and gerundial phrase. Infinitive and infinitive phrase. And noun class as a subject always takes singular verb. Rule number 1 is this. What do I mean by uncountable noun? Look at this. Money dash available. Should I go for is or are? Because money is uncountable, it is always singular. Okay, uncountable noun. Now gerund. Swimming dash my hobby. Swimming. Gerund in a subject is always singular. Like this. As I said, smoking cigarettes is not are. Smoking cigarettes is not are. Okay. Infinitive also, we have done this. Now, class. What he wants is a puzzle. Even if I change, what they want is a puzzle. This is rule number 1. Uncountable nouns, gerund, gerundal phrase, infinitive, infinitive phrase, noun class always takes singular verb. Then next. Another confusing part is prepositional. Prepositional phrase after subject doesn't affect the verb. What do I mean by this? Check it out. Mangoes the mango from these gardens here. Should I put is or are? Look at this, guys. I need to identify the subject. Whenever there is one prepositional phrase after the subject, this is extra information. My verb doesn't, my subject, doesn't belong to this. My subject, is here. This is my verb because my subject is this. This prepositional phrase is actually extra information. So don't touch this. Fine. Now look at this. Preposition phrase after subject doesn't affect the verb. That is rule number 2. Okay. Now look at this one. The chairman and the member is or here. The chairman and member is or here. See the difference between these two sentences grammatically, guys, and tell me, do you find any difference between these two sentences? Is there any addition and not added? Look at this. Article, article. Two nouns are joined with this two articles. Okay, it means there are two persons. That is the meaning of that. When I use only one article, it means I'm referring to one person. Only one person himself is chairman and member. That's the reason I use is. The chairman and the member are here. The chairman and member is here. This is one thing you need to pay attention. And there are single nouns. You guys pay attention. Let me see somebody answer this one. Scissors is are here. Anybody wants to try this? Scissors dash here is here or are here. Let's try. Give me your answer. You simply have to give is or are, whatever you think. Hmm? Okay, guys are not in a mood. I want to share something, guys. Guys, you have to remember this. Nouns which are always used as plurals. Okay, you have to remember these words. Alms. Alms means some kind of donation. Okay, and these alms always should be used in plural form. And see here, it is always plural form. You have to use with S form and plural. Are here. Yeah, arms. When arms are referred to weapons, always plural. And this is always, billiards. Always, we don't hear billiard. Breeches, kind of dressing. It is always bowels. Okay, always plural. Eatables, plural. Always plural. Fetters, a kind of chain. Always. Now look at this. Goods is a noun. Goods, things. So always, no. Where are the goods? We always say headphones, even if that is one piece, headphones. Guys, interesting point. In English, a thing which is a paid, you know, joined with a paid. For example, look at this. Scissors. Does it look like a scissor? Okay. Spectacles. Two parts linked, isn't it? And scissors. Okay. Two parts linked. Maybe headphones. Okay. Two parts linked. Any other thing? Pants. Two legs linked. Okay. Anything which is paid and linked, always plural. Scissors are, scissors are, you know, spectacles are, binoculars, headphones are, pants. Okay, always plural. Remember this. Okay, and look at this. Diseases. Okay, diseases. Some diseases always with S form, but these are all singular. Measles is. Okay, diabetes is. Okay, I'll send you this. Mumps, pantaloons, becomes pants. And remember, premises. Two meanings of the premise. Singular has a separate meaning, plural has separate. Premise means um, what should I say? Some premise means one idea, one assumption, one belief. Premises means buildings, a group of buildings. So she entered the college premises, and premises always plural. Proceeds always plural. And remember, riches is another word. We use it for richness. Okay, riches means wealth. Scissor, don't ever use scissor. It is always paid. Spectacles, I mentioned that. Look at this. Uh, his new spectacles was on the table. Wrong. His new spectacles were on the table, because this is correct. Spectacles are always considered to be plural. Okay. Socks, always plural. We don't say give me one sock. Always say socks. Okay. Shorts, stockings, surroundings, always plural. Okay. Just have to remember these words. Trousers, tongs, valuables. Yeah. And interestingly, some nouns, they appear to be plural. It means generally with S form, but you should use them in singular, especially these subjects names like civics, economics, mathematics, all these, though they appear to be uh, plural, you have to use singular verb, isn't it? Physics is my favorite subject, or physics are my favorite subject. Physics is. Now I'll give you one point. If you don't understand, ask me. Some exception here. Now look at this. Mm, Politics is a dirty business. Okay. His politics, his politics are dangerous. See, I'm using is here, I'm using are here. Blindly remember, if you see a subject name like, sciences, like, mathematics, physics, politics, economics, if I refer as a science, singular. If I use it somebody's quality, or blindly remember, left side of politics, if I have something like this adjective, it becomes plural, because here I'm talking about somebody's quality. So his politics. Mathematics is my favorite subject. Look at this. Mathematics is my favorite subject. But if I say my mathematics are poor, it means the way I deal with this. Okay. Yeah. Economics, ethics. Okay. Though they appear to be plural, you have to use singular. Especially gymnastics, innings, mathematics, mechanics, news. News, they appear to be plural, right? What is the full form of news? North, east, west, south. So they appear to be plural. You have to use singular. Physics, yeah, politics, statistics, summons, yeah. And see, there are another confusing part, guys, with the nouns. There are some nouns, even in a plural form, I don't change it. Look at this. She is here. If there is only one sheep, if I have more than one sheep, also I say then sheep, but my verb changes. Sheep are here. With this is and are, I understand, you know, there is a singular one or a plural one. Okay. Yeah. Here, actually, fish, look at this. I can have fish, singular. Plural form of fish can be fish. It can also be fishes. Same with fruit. Plural form of fruit can be fruit or fruits. Okay. Now you look at this. You understand. Suppose I got an aquarium. In that aquarium, I have 10 different types, like one maybe two goldfish, two silverfish, two white, two orange. So there are fishes because I'm talking about different types, many. Suppose if I have 10 all goldfish, then I say there are fish. Once many fishes, same with fruit. In a bag, I have oranges, bananas, grapes. Then I'm carrying fruits. In a bag, I have all, let us say, oranges. One type of fruit. Also, there's a, I am carrying fruit. So, pay attention. Apparatus, corpse. Cod is a kind of fish. Yolk, series, swine also, deer also. There is no deers, deer, rice. Means, as different, my as a noun, means is a plural. My means is means. Okay. Yeah, that's I'll tell you. Scenery, public, music, headquarters, gymnastics, furniture. Okay. Furniture is, advice is. Fine. Okay. Right. This is one area. We'll see some other rules. You know, we have sometimes, compound subjects. What do I mean by compound subjects? When two subjects are compounded. How can I compound? Generally with and, okay, or some other compound conjunctions. Let me give you some. Yeah, yes. We always believe that subject verb is always closer. No, sometimes we have different words. As I said, preposition phrase is one common mistake we make. Okay, subject. After that, if I have one preposition, well, phrase actually, prepositional phrase and verb, your verb should agree with this subject. Okay, this and this, not this. And look at this. My friend with his classmates. See here, from here to here. With, okay, is one preposition. Also, together with. Together with is also one preposition. Hmm. Along with is also one preposition. In addition to, preposition. As well as, preposition. Besides, preposition. Hmm. accompanied with. Whenever I have this, now look at this. If I put together with, so my friend along with his classmates is my friend in addition to his classmates is. This is another. Sometimes another. I can join this with the paid connectives. If you remember, look at this one. Either the CM or the ministers is or here. This is called proximity, guys. Either or, neither nor, not only but also. Whenever I have this, who is closer to the verb? This one or this one? Position, sentence wise, minister. So I use or. Suppose if I have like this, either the CM or the minister is here, because I am only concerned with the minister here, whoever is close. Okay, either the CM here or the who is closer here to verb. This is the verb position is or either the CM is here or the ministers. Either the CM or the minister is here. Either the CM or the ministers are here. Verb should compound conjunctions. Okay. That is one thing. And each, every. When a sentence begins with each, every, okay, sometimes either. Either is a, look at this. Don't get confused with this either and this either. Now look at this. Either of them is or here. Either is a pronoun here. Either and or, this is conjunction. Either is a pronoun here. So this pronoun should agree with is. Either of them is here. Okay, if I and neither is used as a pronoun, okay, and no one is used as subject here. Anybody, nobody, something like this. These are always singular. Okay, always singular. And look at these words and tell me what is a common factor among these words. T. Parliament. Okay, and committee, team, parliament, committee, society. Yes, these are called collective nouns. collective nouns. Now, should I use it as a singular subject or a plural subject? See here. The committee has given its decision. The committee has given its decision. Okay. The committee are not are not in an agreement on the decision to be taken. If you observe, in the first sentence, I use it as a singular verb. In the second one, I use it as a plural one. Which one is correct? Guys, both are correct. Now, how do you know that I should use singular or that I should plural? Look at, I'll tell you one point. Suppose this I cannot use. Yes, there is a committee. Let us say in committee I have one person, another person, okay, and another person, and there is, let us say, one more person. Okay. The committee has given its decision means all of them are saying yes, yes, and yes. That is the reason I am using singular. Okay. Now there is a committee, and again there are people like this, obviously collective noun. So people are there. Okay. Again there are people here. Second person, third, and fourth. Okay. Now look at this. These guys, first one says yes. Second one says no. Third one says I don't know. Third one says go to hell. Okay. All these four have different actions. Single action, different action. That is the idea. Whenever there is one collective action coming out of the group, singular. If you're talking about different actions, plural. That is the point. That's the reason the committee has given its decision, correct? The committee are not in an agreement on the decision to be taken is also correct. Let me give you one. The team A has is fighting against the team B. When I say this, the team A is fighting against team B means together. Whoever I have in team A, together, fighting together. Okay, now look at this. The team A is are fighting among themselves. So obviously here I am referring to the members individually. So are. Okay. This is one thing. And another thing, if there is a plural now, but reference is singular, idea was like generally titles of books. Okay, guys. Gulliver's Travels, is. Okay, not are. Okay, take care of that. Yeah. Another thing you remember is measurements. Measurements, number, distance. These are always plural. For example, 6 miles is a long distance. I'm not miles. I'm not using are. I'm using is. Okay. 3 hours is not enough. So time, distance, measurements. Okay. 3 kgs is. 3 kgs is good. Something like this. Are always singular. Okay. Yeah. Let's see if I can give you some practice on this. Just a second. I'll search for the exercise. So, okay, let me complete the part, then I'll send you the exercise. And another thing is, confusing part is with the pronouns. Guys, pronouns are substitution. Pronouns are used as a substitution of nouns. See here. But one thing you need to understand is a difference. I can use nouns in different positions. Like I say, Raj came here. Is one sentence. If I ask you to supply pronouns here, what do? He came here. Okay. Suppose if I say another sentence, I met I met Raj. Okay. It's capital. Then if I ask you to give this one, then you say I met him. Here I use Raj in a subject position. Here I use Raj in object position. But there is no change in the spelling. But when I use pronoun in a subject, it looks like this. When I use pronoun in an object, it becomes like this. Okay. So pronouns change. Now, first take that list, then I talk about the problems related to that. So, pronoun in a subject position, pronoun in object position, pronoun used as an adjective and possessive, and pronoun reflective pronoun. Look at this, guys. I in a subject position, object position me, adjective form of that is mine, possessive form is mine, reflective is myself. Okay, plural. We, us, our, ours. See, I am not putting apostrophe here. Ourselves, you, and even object it is you, your, yours, no apostrophe, your self. Now, plural form of you is also you. Even if I am referring to one person also, I say you. If I refer to many also, you. You, again, you. There's no change. There is no change even for plural. There is no change here, but there's a change here. Yourselves. Okay. Then she, her, her, hers, herself, he, him, his, HIS. Now, please pay attention what I'm doing here. I'm not putting one more S. And himself. Next. They, them, their, THEARS, and themselves. Just have a glance at this once. Okay. Now, see. It is me or I. It is me or it is I. Yes, this is accepted. Which one? Me is accepted and spoken, but strictly speaking, it is okay. But it generally we say it's me. But on paper, you have to write it is I. I'll give you one more instance later as we go ahead. Now look at this. Raj and me went out. Raj and me went out. When you casually look at the sentence and read, you find no problem. Raj and me went out. Yeah. But if we expand this, Raj went out. Should I say me went out or I went out? I went out. So, correction when I compound it, Raj and I went out. Okay. I met Raj and he. met Raj, expand it. Okay. I met Raj plus I met, I have to say him because in the object position. So correction is fine. Next. Myself is a doctor. This is again frequently misused form. This is a reflective pronoun and it cannot be used in a subject position. You know, you can say, I am a doctor. This is Indianized one. Myself. Okay, no, that's wrong. I am a doctor, or you can say, I am a doctor myself. You are emphasizing, or you can say, I myself am a doctor. But don't use reflective pronoun as a subject. Don't use reflective pronoun as a subject. That is a rule. Okay. And next point in this is, look at this. I do it myself. Isn't it? I can use it. You do it. You do it yourself. And we do it ourselves. See the reflective pronoun. Okay. What about he does it? He does it himself. What about one should do it oneself? That is one thing. Look at this. I'll give one more. He does it his job. He does his job, not it. He does his job. This is adjective form. They do their job. I do my job. We do our job. And she does her job. What about one? One should do, look at this. One's job. The reflection of that, or adjective form of that, is this. One should do, not their job. Okay. And look at this one. A little advanced part. Look at this. I saw, let's give an examination of it. I don't like my brother coming home late. When you look at this, there is absolutely no problem for you. But guys, grammatically, I don't like, let me give you the rule, gerund. And you know, gerund means V1 plus ing form. Whenever there is a gerund, and left side of that gerund is, if you have a pronoun, that pronoun should take adjective form. Now look at this. If there is, let me give you, if there is a gerund and left side if you have a noun, that noun should take apostrophe s. So I don't like my brother. This is gerund. So my brother's coming home. It is I don't like him coming home late. Suppose if I have something like this, I don't like, this is again gerund, left side I have him. I want the adjective. I don't like his coming home late. This is one thing you remember. Look at this. Another thing. This is my book. Instead of saying repeatedly, my book, your book, and all, sometimes, guys, I say possessive or I simply say mine because you know what I'm referring to. This is mine. This is yours. Yours. Okay. This is ours. This is theirs. This is this is hers. Please pay attention. I'm not putting any apostrophe. And this is his. In the spoken, this is mine, that is ours, this is yours, this is hers, but this is his. If I put one more, actually, according to this, there should be one more S like this. Then it becomes hiss, like a snake hissing. In English, whenever there is unnecessary hissing sound, they avoid this second S and they simply imply it on paper. But when spoken, they say his only, not his. Now look at this. Mm, I'll give you two. Boys hostel. Boys. Boys hostel. Boys hostel. Which one is correct? Somebody wants to try this? Boys hostel, that is what we say. Boys, pronunciation wise, boys hostel. But if you write on paper like this is wrong. If you say apostrophe S, this is only one boys hostel. On paper, it should be like this. Boys hostel. That second S is implied. You don't have to mention. Okay. Right. And father in law. What is the plural form of that? Fathers law. The plurality happens here, addition happens here. But if it is possessive form, like father laws, see the first way, house. Okay. Okay. And after let, after except, and after between, if you have a pronoun, this pronoun in objective form, let me or I explain it. Let me or let I explain it. After let, it is always objective form. Let me explain it. Okay. Except he or him. All or here. Except him. This is between you and I, or you and me. This is between you and me or I. This is between you and me, not I. So these are some pronoun related errors. Okay. I'll try and give more exercise, this guys, next class. Then we'll move to the articles, prepositions. After that, I will talk about vocabulary, shortcuts, and how do we generally lot of confusion. Okay, guys, stop this here. Thank you.